All right. Let's see. So I want to know about your music side more on like when you think you fell in love with music. I mean, I'm pretty sure it started when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, definitely. My grandma, they've always like, instead of TV, it was always music.
Okay.
So it was always us dancing around the living room. It was just, family getting together, the vibes, whether it was a barbecue, whatever it was always the music. Ooh. And that was one thing that me and my uncles, because I'm more closer in age to my uncles and my aunts than my own siblings, because like my mom had me at a young age. So I grew up with my uncles and aunts, So it was like Michael Jackson and like growing up.
Old school.
Yeah, all that Candy Rain, like all of it. Like I love all that stuff.
Let's go.
Even my kids know that.
Really?
My kids know how to sing that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's good to have that because you're getting game from that. You're gonna go down, doing music, and when somebody brings it up, or even if someone samples a song, or like if some certain songs, you'll be like, hey, I know that shit. That's by so and so,
Yeah.
You gotta know that shit too. Yeah. That's dope.
So it's always just like, the little drives that my parents used to take, and when we drive up the mountains or whatever, whatever it was always the music, and that's how we always kind of like came together, I guess. And honestly, like, let me just say something. When I was 18, so I had kids at a young age too. Okay. So when I was 18, I wrote my first verse and recorded my first song.
I think I seen you. Didn't you post a video of that?
Yeah.
That's dope.
So it was like that was. And then, like I said, I was a young mom, and already at the time I had a husband and stuff. So that was like majority of my life. So I prioritized, And then I never really touched music after that. But even then, people were tapping in. Like I remember Cisco from PBC.
Oh yeah. Shout out. What up, Cisco?
He was just like, hey, I remember you. And I said this on the other podcast, but like, yeah, he remembered me. I know at the time his wife was doing music too.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, so there was a couple other labels and stuff like that I got familiar with as well. So I had a few opportunities then too, and I'm just like, well, like, I mean, one day I just reached out to I think it was like one of the labels. I don't want to mention it, but it was one of the labels, and then they basically directed me to North Star, and then I was like, hey, like, I know that I have a music history. Like my family's really musical too. My daughter knows how to sing really well. Like,
I see you post that too.
Yeah, so she sings very beautiful, and then my uncles, they've rapped before, like back in their days, Okay. So it
runs in the family.
Yeah, like I feel like that's what it is. And then I reached out and I was just like, you know what? I have a creator's mind. Like, for example, on Facebook, I could say something. I could create a status and it goes viral. And it gets a bunch of shares. And I'm just like, you know what? If I could say some slick stuff and make it go viral, like, I think I could put together a whole song, And then because I like to journal, I read a lot, So I try to feed my mind a lot. So whatever I feel, and even now that I'm older, I feel like I've been through life enough to talk about a lot more stuff.
Okay.
Not just one topic.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it's good to tap in with that. And then it's honestly, like, I feel like music's therapeutic.
It is.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it for that reason. Like, I would rather listen to music. You could take away all TVs in the house. I will listen to music all day. I don't care about watching TV. Like, I don't even care about it. But music, yeah, it's definitely therapeutic. And I think that's why I do it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So your family is basically like the reason behind it. Family is like why I make music.
Yeah.
And that's dope. Yeah. I like hearing that because you hear that story a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, my mom used to play this music in the car all the time. Yeah. And my uncles when they're doing carne asadas. And it's almost like just the same story you're saying. And that's dope to hear every single time. Was there like a certain time where you decided, I know you mentioned at 18 you wrote your first rap.
Yeah.
But before that, when is it when it kicked in your head like, hey, I could probably rap? Is it because your uncles were doing it since you were like a baby, or did they start to?
Honestly, because I always learned every freaking rap song. And then growing up like as a teenager, I'm not even joking, I love Too Short. Too Short.
Like you were rap word to word?
And I'd be like word for word, every freaking song, every freaking album.
So that
like,
taught you.
Was just that right there. And then it was just like, I would soak it up. And then I was just like, you know what? Like one day I just put on an instrumental and I was like, let me see what I could do. And then like,
and that makes a lot of fucking sense right now that you say that. Because you're basically like, you were taught at a very young age. And as soon as you got on the mic, you were a beast. Mm-hmm. Like, I already know how to do this. All I got to do is change the words that Too Short were saying into my words. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think, see, that's perfect shit. Hits now. Let's go.
Yeah. I did it. And you would feel it. You know what I mean? Like you could feel it in your soul. And back then I was like, even now I always feel like I'm a little player back daddy. You know what I mean? But when I literally have this picture when I was, I think maybe 12, 13 years old. I would wear a wedding ring.
Okay.
And I still do to this day. This is not even. And it's now I say
that's
it's
just shiny,
now I say it's sucker repellent, right? But back then it'd be like, I'm married to the game. I'm married to the game. And like I listened to Too Short that hard that at that age I had a picture of myself wearing a Rockaware sweater on a swing at the park
would
in
you
BornEville.
say so? Too Short is like your
that's
that's dope, man. Hopefully you can make music with them one day, huh?
I hope so. One day, I was like, hopefully one day I'll be flying.
Yeah, you're gonna meet him. If you gotta manifest.
I don't care how old he is, run it.
Yeah, you gotta manifest that shit. Like as soon as you want to do it, start saying that I'm gonna make a song with Too Short one day. I'm gonna make a song with Too Short because he ain't that hard to get a hold of.
No,
I bet you right now, Abs, get a hold of Too Short right now. Easy, like, and he'll just run the numbers. Like, how much is a Too Short feature?
No,
you know. So yeah, that's dope. Hopefully you get to meet him one day. Let's see.